Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Learn, Play, and Profit. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your Tuesday morning. I ended up taking a very bad position during pre-market hours. I'm down quite a bit of a percentage and a dollar value. I'm not trying to keep. I'm just going to show you my screen. So let's go from here. You guys, let me show you what I originally saw value in. So and again, I made this same mistake, if I'm not mistaken, when I had that down $3,000 day to $800 in profit. You guys was showing signs. You guys was selling off pretty much since the market closed yesterday. Had a very aggressive sell-off, hit very low lows, right? And then started to show signs of recovery closer to like around 4 to 5 a.m. my time. It peaked out, hit highs of like 465, almost 467, right? Started to sell off. Again, this is natural gas. And it started to sell off, and then it started to show signs of consolidation right around that middle VWAP. My mistake. I bought around that area when natural gas was around this area. So that means that when it came down to taking my position on you guys, I thought I was buying right around that middle VWAP, which is around that like 169, 170 area. I bought originally at like 169, and then I bought more when it started showing signs of an uptrend around 170.62. So I thought I was doing the right thing. Again, pre-market hours, first of all, I should have understood its direction. It was making lower highs and it was making lower lows. So although it was showing signs of a recovery, it was still showing signs of a downtrend pattern. Do you guys still see that? How overall, yes, it was like above the EMA line, but its overall direction, which is something that we focus so much on, was still in the very works of, again, still trying to figure out which way it's going to be going. And unfortunately, again, that was my position. Hit highs of about like 173. So I was up quite a bit, and then it got rejected. Should have locked in profits during pre-market hours. It's kind of hard to see that. I was trading off of my phone. And I definitely didn't perform the best because of that. Now it's starting to show signs of a little recovery. I think it might get rejected around this middle VWAP. I could see right here on my other screen that /NG is kind of struggling. It's kind of like flatlining right now around that middle VWAP area. Same thing when it comes down to you guys. You guys are struggling to break above this specific price point here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have my order ready to sell. So I'm going to go here, sell, and I'm just going to have it ready at market price. If it begins to trend again below the EMA line, I just don't want to write it down, and I have to manage my risk, right? So I wanted to give it time during market open hours to see if it would recover, to see if it would correct itself. It looks like it's trying to. I don't know if it's going to. So as of right now, I'm keeping a very close eye on the RSI, and I'm keeping a very close eye on the MACD and the overall direction on where this thing begins to sell off. So your losses are always off of your phone, it seems. Yeah, no, I'm not as aware of certain things that are going on because I'm trading off of my phone. And that's my mistake. That's something, but also like yesterday when I was trading for when I cleared I think a little bit over $700 during pre-market hours, that was all off of my phone. It wasn't until when I broke 700 that I was like, okay, I'm going to get back in. Let me get my laptop out and actually start trading. So again, they're not always losses on my phone, but I just happen to take more losses during pre-market hours just because of the volatility. So yeah. I have to trade off of my phone. I have no other choice. Okay. So as of right now, again, looking at /NG, we're getting a lot of consolidation right around this middle VWAP area. It's not really making lower lows. It's not really making higher highs. It's still trying to identify its direction. So I think that's, something I just have to wait for, right? I have to wait for which direction it's going to be going. Right now it is pulling back a little bit, but that's why we'll have to simply follow up in just a bit. So I want to do a couple breakdowns of other stocks and ETFs that I see that are currently pushing up, if that's okay. I want to congratulate, due to overall market conditions, it makes sense that there's still a very aggressive sell-off with huge companies as of right now. So we can check out companies like Facebook, still down 1.4%, and they've recovered quite a bit. Shopify, how much is that down? That's down 4%. Holy moly. Amazon, let's see how much, 3%. And they're recovering. You see, but watch out. Watch out for this SMA line. They're trying to recover right now, but watch out for this SMA line, because when these things sell off, that means that SQQQ begins to push up. So again, that's why I made that video yesterday. I made that video talking about, the top stocks that I see value in. Understand that when the market is selling off, there's a series of ETFs depending on which specific sector you follow closely. So Nasdaq, then it would be SQQQ and TQQQ. So I would keep a very close eye, because I don't think that the market's overall going to hold. I think it's only a matter of time for Amazon, Facebook, Google, all those companies to hit their SMA line for the day and then end up continuing to sell off. So let's just keep a very close eye on it. I want to get your guys' thoughts on that. So how do you trade during pre-market hours and extended hours? So I actually made this video for the course yesterday because I was taking some positions and stuff like that, and I was explaining to you guys, I explained like the limit orders to see it on the TOS platform. But on top of that, so like let's say that you're trying to buy J I'm trying to buy D gas, and let's say it's pre-market hours. Obviously it's not. When you try to put a buy order, right? When you're trying to buy something during normal market hours, this thing is put under day, right? When you're trying to buy during extended hours, pre or after market hours, all you have to do is click EXT. So someone tried to correct me yesterday and saying like, oh, by extended hours you mean pre-market hours. No, extended hours define the time period before pre and after. So again, that's why I use that specific term, because all you have to do is click EXT, and that can give you a better understanding of when to or to allow you to trade during the pre-market hours and stuff like that. So okay, I see that. So it looks like we might be getting a slight reversal. So / yep, it looks like it's let's see. If this thing continues to push up, I'm gonna have to cut losses on you guys. And yeah, it's making higher highs now. And again, I just have to have the mindset and the idea that, I could always get back in. I could always recover what it is that I'm currently down on ticker symbol UGAS. And it was just my mistake. I have to own up to it. It was my mistake that I took the position. All right. So I had to get rid of it. So there we go. It's starting to make higher highs. So again, that's in favor of DGAS. When it comes down to ticker symbol UGAS, sold off, right? Let's see what I'm down. $2,000. $2,034.98. Definitely not the best way to start the day. And I knew that just because the volatility was there. Again, like I had an amazing day yesterday. I had an amazing day on Friday and every single day prior to that. So I just have to own up to the mistake that I made and understand that, again, it's literally 11 minutes until the market has opened, and I just need to focus a little bit more on direction. So yep, that's pretty much it. As of right now, this thing is showing signs of an uptrend pattern. Let's see. I'm not going to get in just yet. I want to see a little bit more confirmation, but let's see. I like that. No trades till 9:45 for me. I got natural gas over here on my other screen, still showing signs of it making lower lows. So if that thing continues to sell off, then we'll most likely see D-gas continue to push up. And again, based off of previous patterns, we have this little resistance, this little general area on where it could potentially go to. It doesn't mean that it has to. It just means that it can. The MACD, all that stuff is still necessarily in my favor. The only thing that's becoming a little bit more on the overbought side is definitely the specific RSI. So again, not necessarily the best deal. It would have been much better to have exited quickly out of UGAS and bought in DGAS and ridden this nice little bad boy up. But oh wow, and it's starting to reverse. Let's see. I like that. No, John, you're good. So sorry, I know you're down, but I made 1.5% on the day and I am done. I like that, John. Locking in profits and calling it a day. Full 14 minutes of trading and you're done. I like that. 145 is a good entry point for UGAS. I'm all for getting back into UGAS. Like I 100% think that if it begins to recover, I can make my money back. But I think I talked to you guys about the pattern, right? That I saw when it came down to ticker symbol UGAS and how it has the potential to maybe sell off to around that SMA line just like it did before. So I know that's a long shot and we're definitely not anywhere close to that just yet. But it's definitely something that is possible, right? The overall direction is definitely still in favor as of right now on ticker symbol DGAS, and it can take time for it to correct itself. So I'm not up very much, probably up, yeah. So I'm up. My position size is not huge either. My position size, is 3,000 shares, but if you do 3,000 shares at the price that I bought at 286, that's what is it? See. Dude, my TOS, yeah, so it's about $8,000, but my TOS is lagging so much on my phone. So let's see, /NG report. Yep, I like that. So is the analysis during extended hours the exact same than normal hours? Do you see any difference in candles or patterns? Obviously, there's less volume, so that's definitely something that I take into consideration when it comes down to the overall. Hold up, we're getting a change of direction. Yeah, there's obviously a difference when it comes down to the activity, the volume, and it's just normally not as active unless there's a catalyst or there's some form of news that drives a lot of people to trade it during pre-market hours. There's usually not a lot of volatility within pre-market hours. I would still say that the overall basics of how I trade during normal hours is still pretty fair. The only thing is it's harder to get filled with your entries and then with your exits as well. So that would be my biggest area of opportunity. I think we're getting a sell-off again. My goodness. I'm just struggling to identify. I think I'm going to have to give it a little bit more time. I'm just struggling to identify which one's going to go up or which one's going to go down. I think today's just not my day. It's all good though. Okay, let's just make sure that we manage our risk accordingly, right? So if you guys continues to make lower lows, then something that we want to take into consideration that might not be the best hold, right? Because it does have some margin to sell off. SQQ hitting the SMA line and consolidating. Let's check this out. Ooh, I like that. Constantine, right? Is that how you pronounce it? Here we go. I like the MACD. I like the RSI. Now we just need to get, again, a little bit more confirmation of higher highs. Yeah, I like it. Where are you from? I think I have an uncle or a cousin with that name. Both in UGAS and DGAS. No, I'm not in both. I cut losses on UGAS. I'm down $2,000 on UGAS, and now I'm up on DGAS, but barely anything. Nothing that's like really worth it. So SQQQ just broke above its resistance. So congrats on that. Greece. Oh my goodness, yeah. I definitely don't have cousins over there, but that's super cool. I want to go visit Mykonos this summer. Very beautiful place. TNDM, 2.5%. TNDM has been so inconsistent that, and watch out, it's been continuously selling off. Look at this 5-day, 5-minute chart, right? Selling off, and it's been getting rejected on the 1-day, 1-minute chart by this potential SMA line. So, and look at that MACD, look at the RSI. Obvious signs of like, hey, it might be time to lock in profits. I'm actually going to sell my position. I don't like that it's kind of struggling to identify its direction, right? So this thing, and this thing can continue to make higher highs. I just think I need to do a better job as of today because of the loss I already took to really watch what I trade a little bit more carefully. So sweet. I like it. Congrats locking in profits on TNDM. Oh man, I'm gonna have to cut losses here. Here we go. Can we get to 8.6? How am I down so much? When it was up to like 290, I was not up that much. I was up like $30. And then I'm down like 2 cents and I'm down $70. It makes sense if you don't think about it. I like it. Look, literally, like I am down like 0.5% and I'm down $70. That makes no sense. Gee willikers, there, I'm just gonna sell it. All right, I made $45. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. I just did not feel comfortable. And trust me, this thing can continue to uptrend. And of course, it pushes up right after I sell. No question about it. But yeah, and there it goes. It just broke above 290. It's actually starting to make higher highs. The volatility's picking up. You guys freaking crack me up. Do you guys all understand on why I sold? Look, I'm down on UGAS. I was up, right, on DGAS. But do you know why I locked in profits? Why I'm just like, hey, it's better for me to walk away as of right now and take a step back. I really want you guys to participate on this one. Steven, direct message me on Discord. Because it's too volatile? Not necessarily, because if the volatility is there, I mean, I've been trading UGAS with volatility. But what is it that I had to find about UGAS yesterday, on Friday? Yesterday, I was like, did you guys see my call out? I want to see if I could actually find it. Again, and this is why it's so important. And it's every single day. Like sometimes you're with it, sometimes you're not. Yesterday, I was so in tune with UGAS, it was unreal. So I want to see if I could actually search for when I say something. I don't think I can. So let's see. No. Okay. But yesterday, when overall just UGAZ itself was consolidating, and again, all I was doing was I was buying the lows, but selling the highs, buying the lows, selling the highs, and then I cleared the 3,200, right? Locked in profits. And then I started seeing, I was like, hey, like it really is just consolidating. It might be showing signs of a peak formation, not making higher highs. I was just so in tune with it. And I was just like, hey, I'm going to step away from it and I'm going to call it out within the Learn Plan Profit stream, within the Learn Plan Profit group chat. I called it out and then people were asking me, is it due for a reversal? I was just like, just keep an eye on it. It's making lower lows now. Oh man, you guys are showing me how to use Discord. I like it. Let's see. No. Okay, I'm a dingleberry. Slick. All right, it's all good. It doesn't really matter. It's besides the point. But I just felt very confident and comfortable. How many of you guys have ever felt like that? I'm very confident and comfortable with what it is that you guys are trading. You know, you understand the direction, it's going according to plan, it's movement, the lows, the highs, you're just in tune with it. When it begins to peak out, you're just like, hey, I understand. I'm not going to continue to trade it. I'm going to take a step back until it begins to continue to make higher highs, or if it pulls back, then not going to trade it. And then again, like, I felt comfortable. I was just like, okay, I don't know if I got too comfortable with you guys, but obviously I did a really bad job, taking a position today. And that's fine. I just have to own up to it, understand that what I did was not the best, and give it a little bit more time to identify direction. That's my biggest thing. That's going to be my tip for the day. So as of right now, I'm down altogether on the day. I'm down $2,034.98. I'm going to show you guys, right? So on you guys, I am down $2,034.98. Quite a big chunk of change. Trust me, I'm just like, ugh, right? And then on DGAS, I'm up $45. So overall on the day, I am down $1,989. Am I devastated? Am I hurt? It definitely sucks. But guys, like, let me show you what my loss was made up as, because I sold at the 159, right? I should have cut losses quicker, first of all, but my average price was at 169.72, right? So when I cut losses, I lost about 6%, or almost 7%. Do you think that it's going to be difficult for me if I'm patient, I wait for the direction to be there? Do you think it's going to be difficult for me to make up that 6%? I personally don't think so. I think I've been doing an absolute amazing job. I just need to slap myself back into place. So that's really all it is that I'm waiting for. There's more than 6% margin to be made here if it ends up coming back to, this overall resistance at 180, just like it did during pre-market hours. And we saw that this thing hit lows of like 149 during pre-market hours. So I have to understand that there's this range, right? There's this range that it's been trading at. Right now we're at that low range. Now, look, it's starting to show signs of a potential recovery. But again, I'm just so done with like right now trying to trade that. So what am I doing? I took a loss. How many of you guys are in that position? I cut my losses. I locked in profits on the other one. I just felt like I was over trading. I'm not in a position right now where I truly understand the direction. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take time, maybe grab a burrito, give it time for it to identify its direction. I'm going to set my alerts. And I'm going to make sure that the next time that I take a position, if and only if I even want to take a position, I don't have to. If I don't feel like I understand the direction, I'm just not going to trade today. And I'll take the $2,000 loss. But how important it is to feel confident and comfortable with what it is that you are trading. Just like we talked about yesterday. We talked about JDST being something that might start showing signs of a reversal. How is it that we saw this? Look at this SMA line, potential support, MACD. Look at the RSI. Guys, Let's keep an eye on these, right? Showing signs of a potential uptrend as of right now. We got DGAS back at that 290. We got SQQs. This SQQs making higher highs. There it goes. Who locked in profits? Who locked in profits on Menudo is good for the soul. I like that, DC boy. You must be from California. Where are you from? Up 2% on DGAS and sold, Ricky Bobby. Jaws, I like it. Let's lock in those profits. Again, it's still showing signs of an uptrend. Nothing wrong with locking in profits and getting back in later. So locked in profits on UGAS. Leo, super happy to hear that. Bay Area represent. What's going on? How did I know you were from California? Because all my cousins also from California. Love that stuff. But yeah, as of right now, looking at the range of where again, this was a good deal. Now, based off of previous highs and where it got rejected at, makes sense on why it's not a bad time to sell. Just have a reason. Have a reason for everything it is that you do. As long as there's a reason, as long as you understand, and as long as you manage your risk accordingly, that's what matters. Again, it doesn't mean that you're going to be right every single time. Obviously, I'm not, and I'm sure you're not either, right? But if you have a reason, if you manage your risk, you could revisit that reason and see what you could have done better and then refine yourself and then test it again. But again, if you're trading with a lot of money, you're going to get discouraged. If you're paper trading, better way, or doing that one stock buy, test, share buy. That was a lot of words. Here we go. SQQ getting it. I like it. I mean, this thing recovered. I should have just traded this instead of DGAS. It's 2%. It's not a huge amount. And I think I actually made, how much did I make? No, I didn't even make 1%. No. Yeah, I did. Oh no, I made 0.5%. Dang. Okay, I suck. Good ones. Locked in 420 today. My biggest day yet. Dan, that's freaking huge. I love that. I like it. You guys are doing an amazing job. Again, all we have to continue to work on ourselves with is reasoning, risk management, controlling emotions, making sure your TOS isn't freezing like mine. Locked in profits on 12% on TIVX. I just want to share for those that did not watch yesterday's video. First of all, if you guys could do me the biggest favor, trust me, the information that I shared in yesterday's video is something that I think that would be worthwhile. On top of that, I did share, at least if you guys don't want to watch this, hear me out on this, is how important it is with market volatility. So I'm gonna use someone as an example. What did I say yesterday that I'm not going to do? For those that actually tuned on in. What have I not done recently? And that is why I think that I've consistently had green days. I have not swing traded. Rescue is live. Thank you. And held overnight. 100%. And again, all power to you. You locked in 12%. All I want to ask you is, what if that would have not ended up opening in the green? Was there actually a pattern? Just ask yourself. You could ask yourself. You don't need to say it to anybody. But did you hold something overnight that ended up green, but just because you didn't want to cut losses yesterday, or just because you didn't want to use a day trade? And luckily, it turned out in the green. You locked in profits. But just remind yourself, this is not a market where you get lucky in for a long period of time. You might have done that correctly. But again, if something's overbought, if there's a reason that you should lock in profits because of market volatility, because of the inconsistent patterns, why are you holding something? And I'm gonna use this as an example. Justin held ticker symbol SQQQ overnight. He said he was gonna lock in profits yesterday. He didn't. It ended up opening 7% in the green. All I want to share is, again, from time to time, trust me, you will get lucky. But on a consistent basis, it's not a best practice to have. If there's a reason that you should sell, if there's an unknown, uncertainty tomorrow, why not just lock it in and walk away? If there's a very consistent pattern and it's showing signs of growth, all power to you. But and no, I'm just using him as an example. I've done that hundreds of times. So have probably many of you, right? Again, it's just a reminder. And you guys might be like, what the heck? I get lucky a lot of times. All power to you. But don't come again complaining and saying, Ricky, what can I be doing better? My account, I've completed the course. I've asked you questions. I break down stocks. What could I have done better? Not hope for the best. Have a reason and manage that risk. You can't manage that risk if you hold something overnight. And I'm trying to make a huge emphasis on this because the market has been so volatile. I think that's, again, and I'm so happy that a lot of you were able to open up green. TVIX, those that held SQQQ, right? But what if it would have ended up opening in the red? How would you have felt today? Just put yourself in that position. How much it opened today, make that now go into the negatives, right? And the dollar amount. And then think about the state that you would be in. Is that actually worth it? Like, that's all I really want to ask you. Is that really worth it? Are you in any position right now, Ricky? I am not, Samuel. Ricky, can you break down DISC? I broke that one down yesterday. If I'm not mistaken, none of my alerts have gone off that it's been trending up. It's only been selling off. Again, I'm done talking about these stocks that are super, like DISCA. Yes, it showed a very consistent pattern. I talked about it yesterday. Watch yesterday's video. There's no reason that I need to follow up with these when their patterns are not showing signs of an uptrend. Same thing with cost, right? Selling off. Same thing with, what was the other one? It started with a C as well, I think. It was not CROX. CROX is actually showing signs of a peak formation. But yeah. Ricky is depressed now. I'm not depressed now at all. I'm actually much happier than I think I was yesterday. Because I have much less stress in me. Oh yeah, thank you. ERIC. Rescue is life. You're just on the rescue today. I appreciate that. Yeah, again, all these stocks that people are trying to predict reversals on, oh, I'm trying to buy the bottom, I'm trying to get it for a good deal. No, like, there's no signs of an uptrend. If you want to grow your account, invest in patterns that are showing signs of growth. It's a lot of these questions that people are asking. It's like, can you break down? Okay, so let's see. Again, very consistent downtrend pattern. I talked about this one yesterday. /CL. What is this doing? Still selling off. What is LABU doing? Right? Still selling off. There's no difference there. DWT. What is that still doing? Pushing up. Right. Because it's an uptrend pattern. Right? And then UWT. What is that still doing? Selling off. Again, I'm no magician. I don't have a crystal ball. I just look at the pattern. Something that you guys all know. Like, I'm not any better than any of you. But I literally just pay attention to what it is that I see. I'm not trading based off of hope. I literally just, and if I do, I make the mistake, I lose $2,000 and then I have to cut losses. Don't be a dingleberry that loses $2,000 in like 15 minutes. Are you a wizard? Yes. No. You guys crack me up. Like, you guys are so smart. I can guarantee you that there's a majority of you guys that are watching me right now that, are probably much smarter than I am. Trust me, all I focus on as of right now and what has led to my success has been direction, confirmation, managing risk, and feeling comfortable with what it is that you are doing. Stop being so obsessed about trying to predict reversals. Again, if you want to try that, especially right now in the market, all power to you, go for it. But again, has it been working for you? I think it's rhetorical, right? Well, yeah, but it's just easier to take your positions. What do you mean? You could buy just as easy as I can. Okay, so DRIP. Wow, holy moly. Yeah, we talked about this one and how Gush was showing signs of a sell-off. I didn't think that, DRIP was very overbought already, but it just broke above that $10 resistance. Congrats to all those. Again, is this a swing trade? No. Like, take advantage of it as a day trade if you see value in it and you think that it's going to continue to rally. But why would this make sense, like, to hold? Like, lock in those freaking profits. And if you buy up here and then it sells off and then you don't want to cut losses, then you'll open up probably down here or down here, right? It's like, again, just always ask yourself, how are you going to feel the following day? Hey, what's going on, Jason? Happy birthday. Ricky, do you think the market's going to crash? No. Again, like what, like if I say yes or if I say no, like, or if the market is going to crash, what are you going to do? Like, we take advantage of good deals and good opportunities intraday, and we focus on that. Lock in profits and then walk away. Right? What's going on, Edwin? Happy birthday. Like, all these people like asking such open-ended questions. I love how prepared like some of you guys are, and how, I don't know. I sometimes question like why so many like open-ended questions of something that's like completely irrelevant. Like, are, obviously the market's like very volatile. Obviously the market's been pulling back. But like, you just have to adjust your trading style. If it's not been consistent, then guess what? You don't hold anything. It kind of makes sense, right? Yeah, so, and again, not everything, I don't want to say everything is downtrending. I mean, obviously, DGAS as of right now is pushing up, DRIP is pushing up, but a lot of ETFs are showing signs, a lot of stocks are showing signs of a downtrend. Ricky, should I cut my grass today? No, but you should cut mine because our roommates don't cut our lawn. And they said that was their job. Dingleberries. Ricky, should I take a multivitamin? Yes, and give one to me as well because I don't feel too good. That is correct. Hi, Ricky. For people who want to practice trading when the market is closed, they click on the on demand and it's located on the top right end of TOS. Yep, it's on demand. It's something that I think is like expressed through TD Ameritrade all the time, right? So everyone should pretty much know about it. Told you, is I depressed? What? Yurix, I don't understand your comments. They're very relevant right now. I'm not depressed, but I'm definitely getting more upset with those comments. Made my first money by cutting the lawns of my neighbors. I like that. Let's check this out. So look, now we're getting a lot of consolidation on DGAS. Oh, John Bruno saying losses for you equals Taco Bell today. No, John, when I take a loss, that means I'm not eating. There's no bread to make today. Totally kidding. No. I obviously did. I knew, like, I was telling Justin, I haven't paid myself yet because, like, well, it's not the end of the month and I'm already up over the $40,000. I was at like, what was it? I think like 45,000 this morning. And like I told Justin, I was just like, I need to withdraw or pay myself down to $30,000 because almost every single time that I get to $40,000 plus within a very short period of time, I end up making dumb mistakes and then I take a loss, kind of like today. And yeah, sticking to that ramen diet. Now I felt very sick because of that. Okay, so that's a good question, Scott. So thank you again for asking. So in pre-market or after-market hours, why do some stocks have zero volume and others have some? Again, it's due to demand. So right, so it's some stocks experience more demand than others, and it's just due to like let's just say like why do iPhones sell more than Alcatels or whatever Alcatels, right? That's like a very offset brand. If they were to have a sell on iPhones and they were to have a sell on whatever those other phones are, let's just say a BlackBerry, which ones would sell more? Apple's. Why? Because it's just a better company, better phone, all that stuff. So same thing with that. Hope that example, I think that was a pretty beast example. So your thoughts on DGA's reverse stock split? I don't care. I've seen it do it multiple times. I've seen Jaina go through reverse stock splits multiple times. It's besides the point. We've talked about reverse stock splits in the course. I just don't hold it when they announce that they're going through a reverse stock split. Do you have a margin account? I do have a margin account, but I don't trade off a margin. You should consider supplementing with green powder. Okay, I don't know what that is. That sounds very healthy. I know what cane sauce is, if you know what that is. Ricky, why do some stocks have a greater margin of profit than others? I hope that's a joke. I don't know if you're joking with me, but again, it's like, yeah, I hope you're just joking on that one. Eurix, you're more than welcome to DM me via Discord about your affiliate link. Cane sauce, yeah. All right, here we go. Apple juice. Okay, let's just go ahead and review these very quickly and then go from there. So looks like SQQQ is most likely going to try to rally for today. So that means that Facebook and all these companies are extra red today. Let's see how they are. Yep, there it goes. Remember, we checked these right as the market opened and they were trying to show signs of a recovery right to the SMA line. What did we say? What did we say? Come on, Amazon. There we go. Rejected. Shop. Down 5% now. Again, it's not anything crazy. It's overall market conditions. It's understanding direction. If they've and it could have been that, hey, they might have shown signs of a potential reversal of pattern soon, but again, they've just been consistently downtrending so much that it would make sense why they would still continue to downtrend. Do some stocks can go up as much as others, but have less of a greater percentage? Again, it all comes down to every stock is different. Like you have to understand, these are all different companies. They're all valid in different ways, and they're all going through a series of different news, catalysts, and just catalysts in general that drive the price up, drive the price down, and some don't have as much volumes as others. So again, every stock is different, so that's why every stock offers a different margin of profit, different opportunities. So again, why does every house, when we buy a property to, let's say, flip, why do they all offer different margins of profit? Again, it's independently, they're in all independent variables. So just think about it that way. Okay, I'm done. You guys cracked me up. Yeah, no, and I know some of you guys are saying don't answer those questions, but here we go. I generally don't think that he was kidding, and I don't want to discourage anyone. Let's be patient on this one. Or you guys do as you guys please. I'm going to be patient on this one and just make sure that I get a pullback confirmation or something, higher lows or something, before I decide for my dingleberry butt to get back in. But yeah, again, we have to understand that we have traders or people that just joined yesterday, and they're trying to ask questions that they might not know because they've never, learned anything about the stock market. There's nothing wrong with that. So we have to understand that some of you guys Just think about it. Some of you guys are thinking like, wow, that's probably not the best question to ask. No, you don't have to apologize. If that was seriously a question that you have, then all power. I want you to feel empowered to ask questions. We have to understand that we're all in different levels of, understanding of the market. And let's say if someone would have asked you 5 years ago some certain question like that now you would have been like, wow, come on, how do you not know that? But we do this every day. Some people are just joining yesterday. So SQQQ selling off. What's new? Will it bounce off the middle VWAP? Let's wait for the confirmation. Alrighty, guys. Well, I'm going to give it a little bit more time for it to consolidate. I'm going to close out the live stream here. And yeah, so again, I want to thank you guys again for your time. I know that this was not a successful day trading, but I feel like maybe some of the information that I shared today is something that you guys could actually take away. I think I thought it was good quality information, and it could go a long way. So let's just focus on that and try to make the most of it. So let's have fun with what we do every single day. Let's keep it simple. There's no reason to force it. I'm a perfect example today on why to be patient and wait for the reversal. Why to be extremely selective with what you choose to invest in. There's nothing wrong with just giving it a little bit more time. We have nothing but hours. We have nothing but time. And if anything, if it's just not going according to your plan, then guess what? You don't have to take a position. That's the beautiful thing about this. So don't risk it to get the biscuit when the biscuit is burnt. I don't know. I'm just trying to be funny and make it a point that don't take advantage of opportunities that are not worth taking advantage of. Thank you guys again for your time. Hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your Tuesday. Let's lock in those profits. Let's trade those quality stocks. Let's make sure that we encourage and empower one another. And let's make someone smile today. Thank you guys again for your time. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.